Hi, this is Zak Mir with the US Chartbreakers here at Zak's Traders Cafe for Friday, the 22nd of August. Starting off with the S&P, where we're still trying to work out whether we are remaining in that rising trend channel from April. Obviously, these things are not set in stone, but at the moment, the best guess is the configuration of the lines drawn there. So, uptrend line there going through the initial August support there, 62.12, and the latest support there, 63.43. And what we'd like to see is a break back below, well, above rather, the 6,400 level, and that would hopefully then take us back for a trajectory hitting the April resistance line towards the 6650 zone, hopefully by the end of next month. RSI still above neutral 50 even after the pullback we've had, and also even after the very bearish divergence that we had, so higher highs for August through towards 6,500, a much lower RSI trace, and so normally such bearish divergence can be a negative on the market, and already has been. Below a recent support and below that uptrend line there from April, the worst case at the moment is probably the 50-day moving average 62.55. In fact, you can see there that we haven't actually been below the 50-day line since the beginning of May, so a very strong market at least for now. The situation of the Nasdaq is next, and here you can see that we have broken down to some extent in the sense that we're heading rapidly, or have been heading for the floor of that channel there from back in April, and the 50-day moving average 22,800. Below that, looking for, I suppose, the market fill the gap towards 22,000, that one there from the end of June, but ideally we stay above that 50-day line and head back to trying to test 24,000 hopefully in the next 2 or 3 weeks. But has to be said that we do break back below the initial August support there, it's clear neckline, 22,600. This market will look a little bit toppy, as it does already with the RSI falling below neutral 50 to 47, and in the wake of the clear bearish divergence in the RSI window, higher August resistance, but much lower RSI trace. Moving on to the stocks, which obviously by definition are normally looking rather bullish. First one is Aethlon, and here you can see that we have pushed through a resistance line, resistance area rather, around the $1.96 level. Let's call it $2. Above that, we're looking for the 200-day moving average as high as $3.20 by the end of next month. Bear trap hard and reversal here, so gapping down back in June and gapping up through the 50-day line this month, which is looking good. The next contender is Apimeds, and here we have a clear break of that resistance line there from back in May. The level in question, normally the 205, $2.05 level, and above that resistance line. Looking for the top of the rising trend channel base as high as $3.80 by the end of next month. 50-day line rising and an uptrend line, a clear uptrend line in the RSI window to boot. So hopefully a build there while we're above $2.05. The next stock is Cato, and here you can see that we've broken through the 200-day line, broken through recent resistance around $3.45, and above that looking for $5. As soon as the end of next month, that would also fill one of the gaps down that we had back in November. DDC is the next on the list, and here DDC Enterprise on that one. Here, rising trend channel, and rising trend channel there from back in April. Top of the channel there, heading for $25. We're looking for that by the end of next month, especially after the latest break of the RSI 50 level and the bounce off the floor of the channel there around the $10 mark. So the longer we stay on the right side of the 50-day moving average, $12.40, the greater the chance of 25 in coming weeks. We've looked at the next stock here quite a few times, which is Equilium, and here it's been a happy situation to date. The reason for that is the extended bull flag breakout that we're having at the moment. Still looking to break that resistance line there, or hit that resistance line there. That's heading up towards $1.75. And hoping for that over the next couple of weeks at the latest. Multiple RSI 50 plus rebounds also helping the cause. And we'd like to see this market stay on the right side of $1.35 now, given that that was the initial August peak. Another stock which has become a bit of a favorite at the moment is Gaxos, and here you can see why, because the shares have hit the top, or hit that top of the rising trend channel target there around $2.90 yesterday. Above that, looking for a fresh leg to the upside, probably the line, the upper parallel that I've just drawn at the moment, so through $4.60, and hoping for that by the end of next month. Ideally, the shares now remain above the recent peak around $2.43 on an end of day close basis. We've looked at Immuneering in the recent past, and it's doing us proud at the moment. Rising trend channel there. We already had the feeling that it could hit the top of the shares could hit the top of that channel, $5.25. We're looking for that while we're above recent broken resistance at $4. Looking for that hopefully as soon as the end of this month. The situation at Selectquote is now of interest as well, in the sense that we've got a rising trend channel base, gap through the 50-day line, and looking for the top of the channel there, around $3.20. Hopefully that will happen even as soon as the end of this month, and happen hopefully while we're above recent resistance on the way down towards $2.30. On to a stock which is also bubbling nicely at the moment, which is Sol Gel. And here the picture is that of a massive gap to the upside within a wide rising trend channel. Top of the channel there heading for $40. That's what we're looking for by the end of next month, while we remain above the midpoint of yesterday's range around $22. So hopefully the shares can step up to the plate. The last two are next, and the first one is Tharimmune. Here we managed to gap through the old July 2024 resistance around $4.40. Above that, looking for a retest of post-October resistance, $6 over the next week or two. Finishing off with Twin Disc, and here got the shares powering through the 200-day moving average and recent July resistance at $10. Above $10, looking for, well, quite simply the top of the channel, and a $15.60 target by the end of next month. That's it for me today. More updates over the weekend.